Hey people, Injured here, 3v3, Argus Desert Gate, blue team. Bruce Campbell is an apothecary, support hero fighting in melee. By default begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. We got some ultramarines alongside. Adila with a warp spider Exarch, teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat, great for capping and harassing with some powerful control abilities. And rounding off the blue team here, K.A.F is a plague champion. Starts off in ranged combat with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons with some strong utility and support. Got some Black Legion. Red team, stigma8113 is a Warlock, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat, some powerful disruption and support. Is this the Alteok craft world? I never remember what the Eldar craft worlds are. Alongside, I'm probably wrong there, Zevargel with a Warboss, a melee hero that can walk through objects. Very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, the Blood Axe's elite scheme here. And rounding off the teams is BloodraIN with another plague champion on the west side there against Bruce. Bruce refuses to change his name to another Bruce. What about Bruce Forsyth? Come on, buddy. You got Bruce Grobbelaar, Bruce Willis. I can't believe I thought of Bruce Grobbelaar before Bruce Willis. So many people watching this will have no idea who Bruce Grobbelaar is. No idea who Bruce Forsyth is as well, probably. What am I talking about? Get on with the cast. East side. Eldar pushing through. Going to get some decapping done. Maybe even a power bash. CSM Heretics are still in play though, technically. In the mid. Orks push through pretty well, but the Warp Spider's still here. Warboss had to retreat. No more brawling for you, buddy. And the Apothecary is pushing through the west side, really? Oh, I guess BloodraIN didn't get another unit up. Should have got more Heretics up. Always get more Heretics up when you're fighting Space Marines. You'll win that first fight. Probably. Unless they have a Force Commander and you're really bad at avoiding battle cry specials. Trying to fight back to the east side now. Looks like they're going to do it. Maybe overextended a little bit here, Stigma. But had to keep pushing against the CSM or they just turn around and start shooting them. Wow, that damage is good, says Bruce Campbell. Oh, he's got his bolt pistol out. And his bashing power with it. It's not bad. It's not bad. Pistols hurt. They buffed a lot of the pistols a while ago. And I think like the Force Commander's power sword now comes with a regular pistol or not a plasma pistol, because the plasma pistols are bad. They should have just buffed the plasma pistols. The one that Inquisitor starts with. They didn't do a lot of damage. 2-to-1 cap very early on for the blue team. Got themselves straight back on to the VP. Really good play actually from K.A.F to keep those CSM in there, which forced Stigma to push all the way through and then got them caught. Havoc's tied up by a very brave Apothecary here. There's the special. Heals himself, runs away. He's got double tactical Marines and Devastators. Devastator's going to set up and cover this retreat here. Havocs are also still in play though. Warboss looking for something to brawl. Sluggers have their burners. Shooters have their knob leader. And these fellas, oh, they also have... Yeah, they both have their big shooters and knob leader now. Havocs have to run thanks to a grenade. And we've got a melee plague champion here with the plague sword. Warboss comes in through the wall. Well played by Zevargel. Use your hero strength, and if that includes breaking through stuff, do it. Maybe some grenades here. Warboss at the front of his army to try and soak those grenades. Typically, you won't see grenades used against single entities, but they can be useful for finishing something off. There's that Ranger kinetic pulse. Grenade goes in, really well timed. And Zevargel ate it with the sluggers. Can they finish off those sluggers now? There's Ard boys to try and keep them alive. Rangers getting into melee on retreat. 2 hit points, 1 hit point, down they go. That was a little bit sloppy from Zevargel. They had enough time to respond to that grenade, I feel like. Not sure what they were looking at. Maybe really concentrating on their Warboss. Rangers almost went down though. Can't underestimate that tier 1 Dakar from fully upgraded shooter boys. They can really pump out that piercing DPS. Apothecary here with a customized Stormbolter for Bruce. Campbell. Not Forsyth. Plague Champion's got the black grenades up. Oh, this is bad. Why did he go to the garrison? He's got black grenades. Looks like he's busy capping the VP though. Oh. Chucking them on the Shuriken. Boom. Does a lot of damage if you stand in it, if you get caught by that initial explosion. After the initial explosion, it will spread to allies. Spread to allies of the thing that's infected, that is. But you can infect your own units if they're in that initial explosion. No Assault Marines, eh? BloodraIN does have Raptors, so they can jump and mess up the back line of Bruce Campbell. Do they have purification rights? No. They're going to get onto the power, maybe with a flamer? Nope, I guess Bolter Fire will have to do for now. East side, Heretics versus Banshees. The Banshees are very low. Warlock's got the Merciless Witchblade, just messed up some Havocs, and Champion's Robe. So it's going to be really annoying to deal with in Tier 1. Has spent a decent amount on himself though. Merciless Witchblade is 35 power, I believe. That's why it's so good. Those Dire Avengers barely getting away. Looks like the blue team are going to get that VP back over there. Warlock is still around though. There he is. Got his own robe, Champion's Robe shield up. BloodraIN a bit slow with the jump, but does get it done. They might get grenaded. And there's shotguns actually. Devastators are forced to retreat. Here comes some flanking sluggers. Zevargel replaced them. And they've got their burners up. Gives them a couple of power weapons. Very useful against heavy infantry. Shotgun blast was used on the sluggers as they retreated there. So it didn't do anything. And here comes an assist from Adila. Uh-oh. Havoc's be gone. Lots of flanks on either side. Warboss got the revive, but the Plague Champion immediately falls down again thanks to the grenade. He might get another revive here. That'll get him level 3. Goes for it. Raptors still in play. They can maybe... Oh, they can't jump again. They've got a 60 energy jump, I think. It used to be 65. I think it's 60 now. Plague Champion's back to his feet again. Don't die, buddy. There he goes. Run off. He's run off. It's up to Zevargel to hold this now. Meanwhile, east side, with some Nurgle worship, K.A.F is on the power. Got those Blight Grenades too, which means it's really dicey for Banshees to try and run in. Grenade. Pushes those guys back at least. Oh, the suppression kicked in at just the right time, and that guy died. Is supported by Havocs though. Banshees need to come in from a wide angle if they're gonna... What's this? Shouldn't you guys be capping? Not sure who grabbed the VP, but it's certainly red. 405 to 445. CSM trying to get into melee with the Devastators. Looks like they have been scared off. There's a single model remaining there. More Devastators for Bruce Campbell. Keeping the pressure up at his halfway point. Where are the Raptors? They're coming back out, and it's a war truck up for Zevargel. First tier 2 unit to hit the field. Blue team are indeed taking their VP back. And still on the power is K.A.F. Ortok dropped in though. Gets rid of the Havocs. And yeah, the Heretics probably don't want to fight her too. They're not great at taking on single entities really. The Doom Blast doesn't really help them. I mean, they can slow them down and stuff. And I don't think, since the Ortok's so small, I don't know how many of them can actually surround her and get attacks in. Blood Crusher on the way for BloodraIN. Bruce Campbell has the ability to transition into a lot of anti-vehicle here. These guys already have advanced targeting for the Vengeance rounds. Zevargel with a really brave, foolhardy attempt at the power bash. There was so much stuff surrounding them potentially there. Raptors jumping into grenades. Ouch. Really well played from Adila. Got a model and forced to retreat. Those guys do have their aspiring champion. I don't think they needed to purchase it so quickly. A lot of players will get the squad leaders like a bit too fast. Like, why do you need that more? There's no vehicles. Yeah, it makes them tougher. Yeah, it makes them better in combat. But you could have got something specific to specifically counter what's on the field, you know? That's that 25 power to get that aspiring champion. Maybe it's to stand up better to the... Oh, there's no Banshees. I don't know then. Maybe they just want a better combat unit in there, eh? We've got some Warp Spiders for Adila. Perhaps called in from the Global Buyer, didn't notice. Warboss just smacked that generator to death. And they've got the boss polar. Devastators must flee. Still in play here with the war truck. Made it work. BloodraIN came in at just the right time to support. And they are going to get a full power bash. There's a cracked shot on these warp spiders from the global bar of the warp spider Exarch, doing a lot of damage to that Warboss. He's going to go down. Zevargel's lost sight of him, and down goes a Blood Crusher too. That was a Bright Lance from Adila. Will also be useful for getting the war truck. Warp spiders are dropping models though. It's a lot of Daka, holy crap. CSM don't yet have Eternal Warp. Bruce Campbell using the scouts quite aggressively here. Like threatening the shotgun, threatening the grenade, making them move off. And they should be able to retake their side, maybe even get all the way through for a power bash of their own, maybe. Raptors are back out though. Plague Champion has no other war gear. There's still the threat with that sword if you get in on some of these Marines. Needs to follow in a little bit better with the Raptors though. They're jumping a little bit too soon sometimes. Getting themselves a little bit too isolated. They might eat some grenades here too. Adila is wary of throwing them, I think, because of all the friendly units around. Devastators are almost wiped out. We got a zombie tactical marine thanks to the plague sword. 314 to 445. Red team are kind of holding it. Oh, there's Noxious Cloud. Bad news for that Bright Lance. Need to get out of it. War truck is still in play, and it's allowing these guys to reinforce off it. Oh, group teleport from Adila. What's he up to? Where's he going? Or is it called mass teleport? No, it's group teleport. There it is. 299 to 445. East side. Chosen Plague Marines from K.A.F. smacking on a node. Warlock's going to have a word with them. Gets a fancy special attack there. Plague Champion knocked over. Orks has her spear and her shield, so she is pretty annoying right now. Black Grenades have spreaded their blight to that stuff and almost wiped out that Havoc with the grenade. Unfortunately for them, they don't have another one. Chosen Plague Marines getting in amongst the Dark Creepers. You see they have that slow aura, that red debuff circle. They're being slowed down because they're too close to the Plague Marines. Doing some good damage. Doing some good damage. Meanwhile, mid, what is this? It's the Warboss with cyborg implants now. Getting crack-shotted again. 266 to 445. They have no power there, and only a node here. Red team have full power on the west side, and one gen, it looks like, on the east side. A Chaos Dreadnought now for BloodraIN. Chaos Dreadnought also for K.A.F. And Stigma going for some Wraithguard double Warp Spiders for Adila. It's been a while since I've seen double Warp Spiders used. Can really pump out some damage, gives you lots of mobility options too, if you have the micro for it. Warlock caught those guys. Very delayed in that teleport because of the knockback. And he can't really move the other units as they're waiting for the jumping or teleporting unit to catch up. Raptors in there again. Last Cannon's getting shot still on a Dreadnought. Raptors taking a lot of damage. Oh, they managed to get the demonic strength ability out, even though the aspiring champion was technically down at that point. Are they going to survive here? Raptors got very low. That was a good push though. Can they keep it up? Bright Lance getting shots on the Dreadnought with crack shot up. That's like 3 or 4 times Adila's used it. Some nasty grenades too. Onto BloodraIN's Chaos Space Marines. We got Chosen Plague Marines from both of the Plague Champions also. Stigma pushing back up to the VP's got that Wraithguard squad. Because Wraith Cannon's doing good damage to all targets. They also suppress infantry. Warlock's going after the Dreadnought for some reason. Orks taking a lot of damage. Is going to get away. Group teleport. Oh, it's only teleporting the Warp Spider though. Where's he going? Over it. Noxious Cloud. 202 to 445. Tier 3 for Zevargel, and they have a decent amount of resources going into it. Plenty of red as well. They're not too far off. In fact, by the time they get to tier 3, they'll probably have enough for a Nob squad. And plenty of red for that frenzy. Ouch. Got the decap. One of them exploded, but as you saw there, the death explosion heals their own models, unlike regular Plague Marines. They unfortunately lost that ability. They heal allies, but not themselves. Full power bash. And capping the wreck point too. They got that VP. There's a 2-1, 193 to 443. Big VP lead though for the red team, eh? Stone Guard here for Bruce Campbell with their vengeance rounds loaded in to shoot the enemy dreadnought. Where is it? There it is. Still in its default state with the autocannon. Plague Champion needs to get in there quicker. Draw some fire from those Stone Guard. Webway used there from Stigma. Going after the enemy Eldar. Orks drops in. That was a bit of a risk. How much damage she took there. Shrugged off a lot of the damage because she was doing a special attack. This is a bad position for Stigma, being pincered on both sides. Do they have some support? They do have some support from BloodraIN. Raptors jumping in. Onto the Devastators. Kicking off in the background there too. That's going to get shots on the Dreadnought. It doesn't matter how far away from the last cannon you are, it still does the same amount of damage. So you want to keep it at maximum range if you can. Marco Zink CSM now. With Eternal War, a lot of damage on the enemy Marines. Oh, what was that? Bunch of stuff just died over it. Bunch of heretics, I think. They die quite a lot. War Truck gets away. Sluggers also get away. What, blue team are on this VP now. The comeback is on. Wraithlord for Stigma. It's a pretty late Wraithlord. To still do some work for you though. Can the last cannon finish off this Dreadnought? Bruce Campbell wishes they had a Librarian right now. That's double Haywire. I don't know if they even needed the Haywires, but down it goes. Haywires from the Warp Spiders and their aspect. Yeah, gives the Exarch a fancier weapon too. They get dual Death Spinners, kind of like the Warp Spider Exarch. The hero version, that is. Warlock. Some serious damage with that spear, you know. Smack. That's a passive little leap there. Couldn't quite get it done though. I don't think anyway. She is quick, but I don't think she can catch that retreating unit on foot. Tier 3 for Bruce. Everyone else with quite heavy tier 2s though, you know. Chaos will often have a heavy tier 2. 193 to 355. Raptor jump. Suppressed one of them. Are they going to eat grenades though? I don't think so. Those guys don't have enough energy to use it. Bright Light setting up so the War Truck backs away. Bruce Campbell trying a little flank here. Full auto on that CSM model. But then eats a jump. It means they can't jump again. Avoided the suppression too. It's pretty good. Those guys flee. 1-to-1 cap. What is this? Chosen Plague Marines in amongst a Wraith Guard. Much like the Plague Champion and the regular Plague Marines, these guys do operate quite well when suppressed. They don't get slowed down quite as much. I think it's only a 30% slowdown rather than 60% for other units. And they still fire at the same rate, but those guys only have pistols to fire. Down goes the Dreadnought. Wraithlord versus a Plague Champion. He does have the heavy melee Plague Fist. Not sure if he can take on a Wraithlord though. Some help from Adila with heavy melee Power Blades. Down it goes. The Plague Champion went down, but that's worth it to get a Walker down. And Adila's going to try and get a revive. Oh, gets knocked over. Warlock maybe use the range attack there, or it might have just been a special. Adila has to flee. Should get the revive. Later, at least. We've got some Dark Reapers from Stigma, and they're going to power bash with some Wraith Guard here. Shuriken sets up to be annoying as well. And the Warlock is still in play. Done well there. What's going on the west side? Red team taking their power back. Looks like Bruce Campbell got a full bash. And Terminators. Even the Noxious Cloud stopped. Could see some trouble here though from Sluggers. I mean, they still have the shotgun scouts in play. Raptor jump now. Allows the rest of BloodraIN stuff to catch up. There's some Nurgle worship too. And a war truck there for reinforcement. This could be bad for Bruce Campbell. They might need to back away here. There's the Nurgle's rot from the Chosen Plague Marines. That means they'll all get zombie-fied if they die. Like that. For like 15 seconds or something, I think. In their original design, the Chosen Plague Marines were going to have to chuck a grenade to get that Nurgle's rot debuff. But it was changed to just point-blank AoE ability. Can be tough to chuck grenades out. Slows you down as well as a melee unit. You have to stop and do the throwing animation and stuff. It was a little bit awkward for them to use. Battle wagon on the field for Zevargel. Tier 3 for K.A.F. 2 of the red team players are still in tier 2 here. Eldritch right on the battle wagon. That's so much damage. Can they finish it off here? They do have the Vengeance Round Stern Guard. They have the Power Fist from the Terminators. The Bright Lance is not quite in range, I don't think. Rear armor hits though from the Stern Guard doing the job. And Power Blades. Whoops for the Exarch too. Looks like he's phase shifted so they can get into range and finish off the battle wagon maybe. Oh, a Orks. Didn't quite hit Bruce Campbell's army flush. But the battle wagon survives. Who was that that went down? Was that Devastators? Dropping Devastator models here. I think some Devastators were wiped. I think they had 2, didn't they? At some point. Angels of Death now. Global ability of the Apothecary giving 50% damage reduction and full knockback immunity. It's a really good global. And they show no fear as well from the Tactical Marines. With that plasma gun at level 4. Can't believe the battle wagon survived that. The phase shift might have saved it there actually from Adila. I think it was going to go down. He tried to use that to get everything to catch up to it, I think. But it bought it some time. Red team need to retake the east side badly. Double Marco Zinch CSM for K.A.F. and the Chosen Plague Marines. Blue team keeping the pressure up through the mid. Can they get the battle wagon this time? Don't think so. Haywire went in there, but it wasn't enough. Some good grenades on those shooter boys though. Zevargel has been hurt by grenades in this game so far. Red team are indeed taking the east side back. Plague Champion is down. You're the you're the one that went down from the Wraith Lord. Webway goes up there for Stigma, and the Warlock's Webway allows you to heal off it, which is very handy. There's the 2-to-1, 119 to 331 on the VPs. But there's the 1-to-1 now. Plague Champion has the Armor of Pestilence for BloodraIN, and some Noise Marines are on the way. Any other war gear for you, Mr. Apothecary? Nope, level 7 though. With that customized Stormbolter. Big zap gun shot on that Bright Lance. Did they get friendly fire, those Raptors? They looked like they kind of did. 16 hit points on the battle wagon. Leads a lot of repairs. Cyclone missile launcher. Has it been used? They might finish it off otherwise. Blastmaster Noise Marines now. Steal the pressure from Stigma. Maybe should have run the Warlock over to decap here. Where is the Warlock? Oh, he's over there. Keeping K.A.F. at bay, but here comes a great unclean one, and here comes a flank from Adila. Eldar on Eldar violence. War Truck is in a precarious position, but is allowing Stigma to reinforce. If they're close enough. I don't think the Wraith Guard are close enough to reinforce off it. They might go down here. Yep, down they go. Good flank from Adila. Should have just got out of there quicker, I guess. Stigma. War Truck is down. Double Haywires. I think he only needed one there, but made sure, eh? No such thing as overkill. Chosen Plague Marine trying to get the Apothecary out of there. He's got the armor of the Apothecarian now. Heals himself. That was a big level 7 heal as well. Gonna go down to the Raptors though if he's not careful. And they can't jump after him. Fire Prism getting a good shot in there too. 119 to 274. 1-to-1 cap. Zombie Scout. Bruce Campbell Scouts survive. Wow, 2 hit points. See some really close escapes in this game. There's that Cyclone Missile Launcher. Good disruption against infantry. Are they going to push all the way through here, red team? Not right now, I suppose. They want their natural back first. East side turning blue again. Almost level 4 Chosen Plague Marines. 26, 62 hit points at level 3. And here's the Great Unclean One. Over 6,000 hit points on this guy. Super heavy infantry armor, so weak to plasma and melter. And power melee too. Although getting into melee with him is maybe not the best idea. Doesn't always shower. That's what I'm going to say. Warboss is down. Having a nice dream, twitching. Yeah, it might be hard to get them back as well. Although Plague Champion can revive with the Breath of Nurgle heal. Won't get XP for it, but might get the Warboss to stand up. Got some Nurgle worship here. And is Stigma going to get some help on the east side? Maybe. Yep, here come the Orks. Battle Wagon is repaired. That's a big help. Looks like the blue team are doubling the mid and the red team are doubling the east side. Can any of the singular players hold? Well, we'll see. I think K.A.F has the better chance of holding, maybe because of the Great Unclean One. They do have a Blastmaster on the west side though, BloodraIN. That was a foul snare on the Knob Leader of the shooters. Fire Dragon's getting shots in. Right Lance getting shots in. Cloud of Flies there. Affected pretty much everything. Orks in the back lines. Marco Zeke CSM should be trying to focus fire something, I think. Maybe the Warlock. Look at the damage the Great Unclean One is taking. And it's not a sorcerer, they can't warp it out there. Big guy might go down. And Commando's got the cap anyway, I think, with their faster capping trait. What about over here? Yeah, Warp Spider used the Shimmer Orb and goes for the VP. Looks like both the doubles pushed through. As expected, I suppose. And this Great Unclean One is going to fall. There's the Vomit. And then they fall 145 red for taking out a Great Unclean One. Pretty nuts. Plague Champion stands in there because he's going to get a big heal from the explosion here. There it is. How big is that heal? I think it's like 200 or so. That was a good grenade. Gonna die though. Yep, died. He died. 105 to 211. Orks is slain. Blue team looking pretty good right now. Another Fire Prism on the way for Adila. See some great support play on both sides from Adila. Making good use of that teleporting shenanigans. Only one of the Warp Spider squad survives though. There's that second Fire Prism up. Now I guess they're gonna 2v2 the mid. I don't know if Stigma has enough to hold that east side alone. They're getting some more Wraith Guard. And the Plague Champion is down. K.A.F needs to spend their resources on something. Get some tanks up there maybe. Although you're against Fire Dragons and stuff. And this guy has a Bright Lance too. Get some Terminators in. 105 to 180. There's an Orbital Strike. Orbital Bombardment, I guess, from Bruce Campbell. Setting up a push. Can anyone get on that VP? Well, the blue team can apparently. Apothecary must be close to level 10 by now. Level 9. 105 to 168 on the VPs. Grenades hurting those commandos. And there's a Noxious Cloud, although with advanced healing they're just going to shrug it off here. Just tank that Noxious Cloud. Raptor jump. Get some suppression, but there's so much stuff here to counter-initiate them with gunfire. Yep. Sluggers must flee. Red team lacking coherency here. Blue team are kind of all over them. The double cap. They did a really good job on the VPs early on, didn't they, Red team? They were holding that east side well. But now the blue team have hit kind of a critical mass of death. Bruce Campbell is just staying in play forever because of this Apothecary, and you really need to take this guy out. Level 10 now. It's crazy how much sustainability that guy gives you when he gets into that state. It's double cap now. Stigma's down to just 2 units. Ramming speed for the battle wagon. It might kill some CSM. I think it's gone past them. Red team do get a natural back though. Oh, maybe not. They have conceded there. Just went a bit too far. A bit too far behind. Never even got the improved medical equipment either. The Apothecary is still kicking some ass with the heals. Level 9 Warp Spider did a hell of a lot of work. And a level 4 Plague Champion hit some good grenades. Warlock was level 8. Started strong. Struggled to preserve their stuff though. A little bit over eager in a couple of those fights when they got flanked and stuff. Should have got out of there quicker. Zevargel's Warboss level 4 was down for a while, I feel like. And the Plague Champion of BloodraIN was level 5. And there you have it, guys. Fun 3v3. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.